خير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Amen. We'd like to thank everybody for making out to the Mosque sponsored New World Patriotism Day celebration. And I'd like to bring up our speaker today, Imam Alfred, Mohammed from New Jersey. And with that, we'd like to bring up Imam Alfred. He'll introduce himself and so forth.
Assalamu alaikum, and his peace be on you in the mercy of God. Welcome to the Mosque New World Patriotism Day, and good evening to all of you all, honorable and most noble citizens, precious souls of America. I'd like to first read from the Quran. And Allah talks about His rule. Allah, there is no Allah but He. The living, the self-existing, eternal. No slumber can seize Him, nor sleep. His things are in the heavens and earth, who is there can intercede in the present, except as He forbidden. He knows what appears to His creatures as before, after, or behind. Nor shall they compass out His knowledge, except as He will. His throne does extend over the heavens and earth, and He feels no fatigue in guarding and preserving it. For He is the Most High, supreme, and glorious. So Allah speaks the truth. The situation is addressed. I'd like to read from Imam Muhammad discussing New World Patriotism.
Yes, yeah. I made I got it.
What I mean by, this is Imam Muhammad. What I mean by New World is the unfolding or revealing of something that was with this country when the founding fathers wrote the Constitution. They're designed for a world wherein all the good human aspirations would be respected by the nation and by the people of that nation, and that no one would be denied the free expression of the noble human aspiration, and he would be able to pursue those aspirations. That kind of environment doesn't come until moral freedom comes. That is when people are able to express freely what they feel in their moral sense. And with that, I bring you greetings from the 4th Ward of Linden, New Jersey, where I serve as a duly elected official, city council, and I want you to know that as a member of this community, that it is you who sent me to city council, because Imam Muhammad said you don't have political power when you run for office. It's political power when people come and ask you to run for office. And truth be told, I was running from any office other than the work of an imam, and it so happened that I am the first imam in the United States to be elected to office. I also found out from a reporter that I am the first one with the name Mohammed, actually Mohammed period, to be elected. And here's a person that carried the Muhammad Speech newspaper and was in the temple when they said slavery, suffering, and death. Want this to register in your mind. Where the flag turned upside, the brother with his neck broken, and one side was Islam, freedom, justice, and equality. And the other side was slavery, suffering, and death. And I must tell you that there are millions of our people still suffering slavery, suffering, and death. And I want to register in my heart sentiments of love and appreciation and sympathy for Triple X or XXX. I think the rest of his name is Testosterone. Well, that Satan was laughing at us when he said he was at triple X, 30, but he would also have testosterone. And you know what he did? He committed suicide. Now to the young people here, I always come to address you because I'm sort of an involuntary member of the hip-hop nation. That is, I am a 17-year-old, I listen to rap music, I have to be thrown into the bando.
You gotta be thrown into the bando.
I have to be thrown in the bando. I'm going to be pulled out of the bando. But I know. So dear people,
Bando.
yeah, watch out for the bando. But New World Patriotism. This is something that should register on, especially you all here in Chicago. For it was 4 years ago, 45 years ago, that a brave man had to be inspired by God, picked up the American flag, and he said, if you won't carry the American flag, I will. Let me give you the good news if you were panicking. America's having a slight indigestion, a slight hiccup. But I can tell you this. We are the people that will make America greater than it ever has because God has given us the power. Because he said his throne rules over the heaven and earth. And I'm going to tell you something. They said the macro and the micro are related. Now let me tell you something. In a little small town of 40,000 people, where I serve as the council of the 4th Ward, I want you to register this into your mind. Now why would Allah put me in the 4th Ward? Now we're going to keep on teaching, they'll get it. They'll get it in our subconscious. I'm not disturbed in the least. Don't even worry. Relax. For those who want to listen, they'll get it. Those who won't get it, they'll get it via tape. Don't let people's spirit, because I feel more peaceful and spirited than I have ever felt in my life. And I must tell you, I'm going to tell you something. I feel like I'm 16 years old, and if I'd had 2 days in this town, you would have had 400 people here, because I would have knocked on those folks' doors and invited them out. And here's what I would have told them. There is a man that's been in this city that had a message direct from God for you. That's what I tell African American people. Since it's mostly in African American, God himself has rescued us. The people who were tortured, the people, they talking about people, what's happening at the borders. You and I weren't even brought to a border. We were torn apart. Our families were broken up. And I'm not applauding any of the bad things the bad people do. But let me tell you something. I am more worried about Triple X and his cousins and Ray Ray and his kind. I won't be satisfied till Ray Ray get an opportunity to be rock mod. I won't be satisfied until at least Keisha Green has been offered the chance to be Khadijah. And you should be disturbed in your heart and in your mind. But we got something for the people, because we're going to create a new ark in Newark, New Jersey. They're going to be overflowing. Oh, Imam, oh, you just talking. No, I ain't talking. I'm working. I told you, you know, the African Americans have a Christian song that say, I said I wasn't going to tell nobody. I said I wasn't going to tell nobody. I'm going to tell you now. We are going to work those streets just as hard. I'm going to work 10 times as hard as I worked for the vote. And they didn't give me a chance to win the election. They say he's an unknown. And I told them I'm not even from Linden. I'm from Lynchburg, Virginia. And the mayor said he thought that was bad politics. Why did I say I was from Lynchburg, Virginia? I wanted them to know that I'm not a Mohammed from overseas. I'm not a Mohammed that even has the mindset to bomb a building. I'm not the mad Mohammed. I am the Mohammed with the medicine that I got from the doctor himself. Imam Worth Deen Muhammad. Huh? We're going to march the streets in New York and New Jersey. We don't care who, whether it's just be my sons. Since I feed them, they're going to come with me. And we're going to walk through Times Square. And we said this is the true representation of Muslims. And we're going to have a picture of Imam Muhammad picking that flag up. See, don't let these people poison you to your land. This is your land. This belongs to us. God says to us in the Quran, I ain't going to give it to you in Arabic, because all that's going to do is spook you out. Huh? The problem among Muslims today, they can't talk unless they talk Arabic. To make themselves feel superior to somebody. Knows I can read the Arabic. Still studying it. But you know what I'm more interested in? Is putting life and push these bodies. I'm interested in Kanye West coming east. That's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in giving him life. I'm interested in covering Kim Kardashian up. I don't think what's behind her is good. I think what's up the top is good. So not like some of these ministers will embrace her. I won't. I will say, put on a dress, come and I got something to tell you. See, if you all had the 10% of the conviction that you had of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, one of us would be the President of the United States. Somebody just asked me, say, you running for office? I say, I am. The loudest mouth for Imam W.D. Muhammad. And we're going to walk through Times Square with a picture of Imam Muhammad. You know, in my town, and I'm going to get your permission, Brother Imam, because I don't do it with your permission. Some of y'all run around Wallace. I'm glad to be with the first son. The first son. God did that. To be with him. I can't twist my mouth to say Wallace. I don't even call him Waris. Wallace did. I don't do that. Imam. Huh? If the President of the United States, Vice President of the United States, called him Imam Worth Deen Muhammad, and his daddy was a former U.S. Senator. I'm talking about Al Gore. He called him Imam Worth Deen Muhammad. The U.S. Congress called him that. Now, I can excuse a Negro from the south side of Chicago who was bashed in the head in Mississippi and still have the stench of Emmett Till in him and scared to death to stand up for masculinity, to stand up for what God has put in us. The only way you're going to rule and lead in America, you got to be a man. I'm a 71-year-old man. I don't feel nothing. And you know what? I ain't 71 yet, but God willing. As I was telling the brother, I said, my statement in London, everybody know. But the first thing they asked me, they said, how you doing, Councilman? Thank God to be alive in some degree of sanity. Why? Well, I've been put in a monster chamber. And I'm coming out trying to be like the most perfect man on earth, Mohammed. And the best example of Muhammad, Imam Worth Deen Muhammad. So I should be proud, but humble. I had one of the lieutenants, I walked into the masjid in Newark. I want y'all to know we're not going to lose the Newark masjid. I want that to go out. We ain't losing it, we're going to expand it. We're going to build a $6 million complex, and we're going to raise it from the African American right there in the neighborhood. You know what? The problem with some of y'all got jelly in your blood. I don't have jelly in my blood. Huh? I know. I jumped out of the street corner right in Washington, D.C. I said, let me teach these brothers. Brother said, man, these are dangerous brothers. I said, so what? I'm dangerous too. I'm a harm to myself. I ain't got no truth in me, right? If a rich man can commit suicide because he's so depressed, if I thought on our circumstance that I didn't have faith, I probably wouldn't commit suicide, but I probably would commit homicide. I would probably also find some crooked, deceptive people and take them with me. But praise be to Allah, I told him I got a message to you from God through one of us. I watched an African American recently cuss her son out. And soon the white delivery man came. She just started skinning and grinning. And, the voice changed. But don't blame her. You got to give the slave master an A. They did a phenomenal job of destroying the people. And you have done a phenomenal job of surviving it. But you have not come to the medicine man, Imam Deen Mohammed. That's what Imam Mohammed told President Clinton. He stood up and said, Mr. President, I have something to say. He said, yes, Imam Mohammed. He didn't say Wallace. He didn't even say Mr. Mohammed. He said, yes. And he said, I looked on my father's birth certificate, and my father's driver's license, and it had Mohammed. He said, see, I'm not the madman. I'm the man with the medicine, the M-E-D, and we have to have medicine. I'm telling y'all something. Next year, I believe Allah will play in my life. I don't believe Allah will even take me out of here until we get millions. See, y'all got to live with me a long time. One sister said, you're very controversial. I said, I am. Because I ain't a faggot. Well, now. Oh, brother, Imam, you use a faggot? A faggot's a piece of dead wood. I didn't say nothing about any homosexual. I didn't say about anybody's preferences. I said a faggot. Faggot is dead wood that doesn't produce anything. And you can be a heterosexual and a faggot. I've seen some men who have all kinds of other issues and they got manhood in them. I've seen some women got all kinds of issues. So we ain't talking just one sin, but it's a sin to not be concerned about your neighbor. Every one of you all should bring somebody that heard this message. What is this message? This message represents to us true New World patriotism. Well, each and every, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I've studied the African people all over the world. You know who was the most favorite of the African people that came off that continent? Anybody answer me? Huh? We are. Study Brazil. Study Peru. Study England. None of those people have even the possibility of 100 to 200 years. Study the Dominican Republic. The blacks in Peru, Dominican Republic, Mexico are animals. Now, I know y'all gonna go and march for the Mexicans. That's okay. I don't tell you politics. I'm not here to give a political speech. But I can tell you this. In Mexico, if you look in our newspapers, they portray us as monkeys. And if you go to Peru, guess who the undertakers are? Us. So you have the most favorite status. You tell your Christian friend, yes, you're blessed and highly favored. I got that. Because you're an African American. If you got some faith, you are favored. But if you got what we got, you are most favored. Isn't it said, blessed are you who read it and understand it? Now you can pick up the scripture that Imam Muhammad has given you to understand it. And you will be able to build the most perfected society known to man. That's what the Quran is. Really, when you get it, that's what the Bible is. But I'm not here to preach the Bible, I'm here to preach the Quran. It's given by Imam Muhammad, not by Sheikh Miswak, not by the milkshake, not by Sheikh Cornstarch, but because you know the word Sheikh really is just an old man. A brother called me Sheikh, you know he's been in the penitentiary. Just a Sheikh. Said, man, don't call me Sheikh. Or you see this shoe polish in my hand? I'm here to disguise that. I ain't no old man. I wouldn't want a wife to say, you old man. No, baby, I ain't old. So Sheikh is just an old man, an Arabic term for old man. The term is Imam. Allah said he would make imams. Another term they use, Rais, for civil government. But we should be so hopeful. And we should be designing our plan. Just like the Mormons, the Amish, but really the Mormons. They ain't playing. If America were to collapse today, fall, the government could fall, the Mormons wouldn't fall. That's why we asked you to come to the convention and not have silly workshops and reunions. and talk about how great the Nation of Islam was. This is the greatest form of the Nation of Islam right now. Huh? That's why we're gonna push the Ways and Means Committee. Huh? Negroes complaining about Katrina. You still ain't got an accident and mishap committee yet. And you Muslim who followed Imam Mohammed. My son was telling them down at the Atlanta Masjid about the committee. I said, where you get that from? He said, my daddy. I said, who's your daddy? Imam Mohammed. I said, well, of course. But I just want you to know we are resonating. Our message that God has given us through Imam Mohammed. See, let me tell you what some of the other leaders think. He said, God, I grant you that you blessed Imam Mohammed. But God, I just can't support him because you didn't bless me. So they'll go around and tell people this stuff. Well, you got to get the technical knowledge